Okay.
Sweet. Okay, hi everybody. My name is Jana, and I'm with my lovely friend Ayana today.
Hello.
And the topic of today is my experience getting a car license in Japan.
I'm excited.
Yeah. The reason why I wanted to do this video is because there are not many videos, if any videos, on this topic.
Probably heard or saw one video, but probably old, so things might have updated. So, and it was a guy. So
And was it a foreigner?
it was a foreigner. It was a white guy. So.
Basically, in Japan, if you want to get your license, it costs roughly $3,000, and where in the States it is.
I don't know. Really? I forgot. But it was cheaper.
It's definitely not $3,000.
Maybe it was like $50.
Oh, really?
I don't know. It could have been a little bit more, but it's definitely not $3,000.
How long does it take though?
I took a class, a driver's ed class in high school for like 2 weeks, and then after that we had our test. And I failed mine the first time.
Oh, really?
I was so annoyed because I didn't even fail. Like, technically, I didn't fail because the lady intimidated me and said, now stop. And I stopped in the middle of the road. And I'm like, but you told me to stop. You just wanted to fail me.
She was testing you.
I did everything correct after that because it was in the very beginning of the test. She's like, well, technically you failed, but you can keep going in the test if you want. So I was really mad.
So the program lasts about 2 weeks if you're able to pass each checkpoint without any issues or problems. And you finish the program, you come back and do one more extra test in your area, and then bada bing, bada boom, 2 weeks later you have your license. Yay. And so I was terrified the whole time because I was not sure if I was going to pass. And I've never driven before. And going 30 kilometers an hour on that course made me so terrified the first time I did it. I'm like, ugh. It's usually a place outside of the prefecture that you're currently in because they want to encourage tourism in different areas. And so during those 2 weeks though, you have absolutely no time to tour, especially if you're panicking whether or not if you're going to pass, which
Great
is me.
plan, guys.
It's me.
Yeah.
I found out my schedule after I arrived at the school. I got on a bus all the way to Shimane, which I wasn't really too sure where it was in the beginning, even though it's so close.
When was it?
It's like right by Tottori.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's in the boonies. What's it called? The percentage of accidents goes up from these schools because you get your license so fast and then you get on the road right away and then you get into an accident.
It should be the opposite, but
It's like it does not help anybody. What's really good about Gashiku is that not only is it faster, but it's also cheaper than the regular way to go. About 100,000 yen cheaper.
Oh. Okay.
And not only that, you get your food, you get your transportation, and you get board all included in the price that you pay.
This was 200,000 yen?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I recommend, like, if you can speak Japanese and if you have confidence. I got off the bus and I hopped right into the school in the middle of nowhere. And they put me through like all the explanation and what I'm going to do over the next 2 weeks. They give me my schedule. And I'm like, okay, I'm good. And they give you this other thing called tekisei testo, which is like, what's it called? They test you, where they test your reflexes and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
It starts with an A. I can't English. Tekisei testo. Tekisei. Tekisei testo. Aptitude test.
Oh, it's an aptitude test.
There's this tiny booklet that they give you, and you go through a series of little tests so they have a better idea of your personality and how you react to certain things. But one of my favorites was they had all these little tiny squares, and you had to draw triangles in them as fast as you can.
Why? How does that correlate with driving?
I don't know, but I was drawing triangles as fast as I could, and the lady's like, faster, faster! And I'm like, if I don't pass this test, will I not be able to drive? They had like just different questions, like, oh, are you a morning person? Do you have a short temper? And do you think about death in the middle of the night? Like these random ass things. And I'm like, I just got off a bus for 5 hours the day before. I hardly got any sleep. And so basically my schedule for 2 weeks looked like waking up at 6:30 in the morning, studying, and going to school from 9 in the morning until about 5 or 7 p.m. at night. eating dinner, and then studying until 10 p.m. And that was my everyday for 2 weeks, essentially.
I would never. I hate studying, and then I'm gonna be isolated for 2 weeks.
Yeah, you really.
And it's gonna be all in Japanese. I would probably die.
Yeah.
I'd rather die.
I think you could do it.
I know.
Like the good thing is that you can make different friends, and I made a lot of really interesting friends, and I had some fun experiences as well. You can go to different restaurants around the area and test them out. And on my first day, I went to a restaurant near my hotel, and it was run by this old oba-chan, and I loved it so much that I went there every day for 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
The third day, this old grandpa came in from next door. He just came in like all drunk, and he just like sees my face, and all of a sudden just like starts speaking in English. He's like, man, and so I'm just like, oh no, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. But like it turned out he spent the next 2 hours asking me to marry his son. I was just like, okay, I go to this area just to get a license, and I end up with a husband.
With a husband. You got a 2 for 1.
See, this is why you have to do it. You get more than what you bargained for. Those 2 weeks. The first week is your the paper test. At the end of the week, you take your paper test, and that one is about like a half an hour. I failed that one twice before I even went to the school.
Oh, okay.
And so I passed it, and I literally started crying and hugging everybody behind the counter. I don't think anybody understood what that meant to me.
Why is this partner hugging me?
It's like, you don't know what I've been through. At the end of the second week, then you take your driving test. You rotate teachers every single day. You have a little barcode, you scan it, and then it shows like your teacher for the day. So it's just kind of like, oh, who am I gonna get today? So it's like a little bit of a lottery. Please don't let it be these 2 teachers. And if it's either of these 2 teachers, please let it be this one.
Right.
And it ended up being this guy.
Oh God.
And I'm just like, oh God, okay, whatever, but it's not the worst thing. And so I go through my entire, the entire course, and I thought it was fine. What you have to do is like changing directions through parking. So you go in once and you go out.
Right.
Like I couldn't get in really for some reason. That teacher ended up getting like mad and started like yelling.
Why?
And so I'm just like, but actually kind of like really motivated me.
Okay.
He takes you to a little room to let you know if you passed. And
that sounds intimidating.
It's so intimidating. He listed out every single thing that I did wrong. And he's like, but you passed. And I'm like, oh shit, thank God.
You should do the opposite. Like, you passed, but here's what you need to work on.
Yeah.
Like,
Ended up getting my license in 2 weeks. And now I'm terrified to drive.
See? The camp doesn't work.
What I recommend to you, something that I was really lax on before I went to the school, is that I recommend that you know everything before you enter the school.
Study way in advance. Maybe try to practice like secretly somewhere else.
Yeah, or like for example, even memorizing the actual names of the signs, because they're gonna trick you up on that. Or like even like colors and things like that as well for the shapes of the signs. They give you trick questions on that.
I'm so mad at myself because I had a license and it expired 2 years ago, but I was I was like 2 weeks too late to update it, like just by, here's my license, please update it. And the thing is, they told me like, oh, you could have done it online, and I was so mad. Like,
what, really?
I didn't know I could do it online.
Oh no.
But now I have to like retake the test back in the States.
After I came back, you have to take the test in your local area, and I failed that one by 3 points.
Oh God.
I felt like shit. I slept over at my friend's house the night before, which I don't know why I did, because I didn't have a change of clothes the next day. And so I felt incredibly crusty the entire time. I wake up at like 7, like I leave at 7 in the morning. I go to the practice center, take the practice test. It takes about 90 minutes to finish the test. You get lined up. They called, like we had like 70 people, and they're like, okay, they get everybody in line, and then you can march up to the second floor and take this test. And I was just like, this is really inefficient, and it takes so much time. You also, when you get your test, you have to buy stamps to put on your paper.
How much is that?
Like about 1,500 yen.
Okay.
Like in the middle of this test as well, I was not feeling it. I just got off for 2 weeks, exhausted, tired. I failed the other test. I was like the lowest of the low. And I'm like, can't get worse. And I got my period in the middle of the test.
So, but you couldn't leave?
Yeah. I'm just gonna like gum on through this.
But it's like it started, so it's still
so it was
light.
still fine. And so I was just like, this is the worst day of my entire life. And plus, not only that, I met somebody there that I met in Shimane when I was taking my practice test. And so I'm like, of all days, I meet somebody that I know. Hi, see me at my worst.
I'm crusty, my period started, and I failed this test before.
And they announce your number. You have like a number assigned to you. You finish the test, and they say that if your number's on the board, then you pass. But if it's not on the board, then just go home, basically.
So Japanese.
And so, but what they do is like you wait for your score. It's like shows up on the TV. Before it goes boom, boom, boom. It sounds like Hunger Games, literally. I'll show you this video.
I don't like it.
It's horrible. And my number was on there. I'm like, it's like I never felt so light. I was just like, thank God, like it's over. It's over.
It's way too intense.
Yeah. They don't tell you your score usually. They showed me mine.
Oh, why?
So, you know how much you have to get like to be able to pass this test? You have to get 90. You have to get 90% to be able to pass this test.
What'd you get?
I got 90.
Giddy.
I think I had a guardian angel guiding my hand.
It's like, you're having such a shit day. Let's just give you the license, but just so you know, you got a 90.
But yeah, so that's basically the end of my driving school experience.
Thank you for letting me know, because I asked you the other day and I was so curious.
If you have any questions, I don't know if I'll be able to answer them. Because I forgot everything.
It was a blur because it was just so much shit.
Next is going to be an article of me in an accident. The girl from YouTube who posted about driving school. She did.
No, we're not going to die. She dies in car crash after getting her license in 2 weeks. But her twin survives.
I like that title. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Okay.
So I have some time off today and some time to think. Thank you.
それでは学科試験の合格を発表します。